Welcome back! Here we are. I was going to do face cam today, but my hair is a mess. So it's a perfect use case for the PNG tuber. So we're going to be doing 3.4 Soul Surrender of the Heavensward expansion. I'm super excited to get into it. We get the reintroduction of Alize along with a couple of other characters, so really excited. This should be a lot of fun. And let's dive in. Okay. Here we are. Ready to go. We're still dragooned up. Master Tia, you are come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Emeric de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of the House of Borel, cordially invites Master Tia to dine with him at his estate. Oh boy. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference was still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure. But with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord Commander sees no future cause for delay. What say you? Oh, Lord. I'd rather not. You would rather not? Well, that is a great shame. The messenger, went out of their way to express how much his lord was looking forward to the occasion. Forgive me, but might I trouble you to reconsider, if only as a courtesy to your friend, Sir Emeric? At the very least, it will be an opportunity to sample the finest in Ishgardian cuisine, rather. Should you choose to heed my counsel, a man of House Borel will be waiting for you near the Astrologium. Thank you. Thank you for that. Brilliant. Yeah, okay, hang on. Let me just... I actually don't get that many invites, just randomly. You certainly get more in other MMOs. Just realizing I don't actually need my lights on. No, it should be up at the pillars. Yes. Over this way. Alright, well... The best... Where am I? I could wear this. This is a bit light. This'll do. A bit weird to show up in your coat. Oh, hang on, let me put my weapon away. There we go, perfect. Probably should just out of habit go ahead and reset the dealio. Our instant portrait. A little raspberry tea. Interesting. This is never gonna take my coat off. It's great.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
This is just a really awkward deal, honestly.
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
Like, I'm just, like, automatically as a character, like, nah, I don't want your wine. I'm good. Is he gonna accept it? Looks like no. So what was the entire point of having him run around with the wine bottle if no one was gonna drink any wine? Oh, never mind. He's decanting. He's not decanting. Okay. Mixing up a different. Oh, tea. Making tea. Okay. Is it raspberry tea? For that is what I am currently drinking.
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
A bit long? No, that's Stormblood. Stormblood's a bit long for my liking. This was fine. Wanna join me? No, thank you. What's a dull sunshine and lemon cakes? Oh, lemon cakes sound delicious.
Nor would I presume to imply otherwise. Neither I nor any man alive can truly understand what you have endured, and I cannot say with any confidence that I would have acquitted myself as well under the circumstances. Much less grown stronger for it.
Probably could. Yeah, he endured most of that too. Yeah, so. Alphado counts too.
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past.
Yo, America mentioned?
I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
I mean, I'm pretty great like that.
The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late.
Trade.
As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You know. Hybrid Fugitives and all was pretty nice of you guys. Specifically the House of Photon. Never drink the wine. That's a role player's first secret. Don't drink it. It's always poison.
May I ask a personal question?
No.
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Well, I just leveled up all of my crafters to level 50, so I think I'm probably going into some sort of business.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Photon?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master
Oh?
Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
Yeah, I'm a dragoon. I could
You must go to them, my friend.
stab
and
her?
I shall go with you.
I mean, actually, I have a level 55 astrologian, so I could actually just switch over to heal, but I'm not going to.
For every ending marks a new beginning.
Why do you sound like you're struggling with this narration?
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did he.
Is this Ottawa or whatever his name is? I keep forgetting how to pronounce his
Only to
stupid
be
name.
drawn onto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
Oh, yes. Fate. Atropos. Yes. Well, let's take a look. Now I really want to just get the like the normal sweater and just make sure that like the sweater with this is like the same color as that, so I can actually switch between like indoors with the coat off and then like outdoors with the coat on. It's a crazy level of dedication, but
Yes.
don't speak because I don't really. It's Alphino. Again.
Alize, Alphino's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border.
It's funny.
And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. 'Twas
Oh, she
only
got married.
after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
Dude, the tail hole in my coat's hilarious.
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood.
Are we gonna get a cut to the... Okay, we're not like cutting to the
We came
blood.
to Eorzea together,
In the same outfit.
hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
This actor's so good.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled Chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer.
We've never met.
The warriors of darkness are in league with the Ascians.
Yeah.
Slaughtering the primals is but the first step in their plan.
Okay.
They make for Zelfatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
Okay. No, sounds easy enough. I mean, she died for it, but you know what? It was worthwhile.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, that honestly, like, there's zero shot that the original cast would have been able to pull off a scene like that. You did such a good job with that reading there. So, the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning. That they might put her to the sword. Then, when we first encountered them in Loth Nath, there we go. When they were confronting Ravana, gods, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? There is much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alize risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Lux, will you accompany me to Zelfatol, and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? I mean, I got nothing else going on. Given that Isgard shares a border with the Ixal homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastmen's intrusions into the Korthan lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Zelfatol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Samaric, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all. The Ixali dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wiser to cross into Zelfatol by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure you safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zelfatol. Though my men are qualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmont. In the event Mistress Alize regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over you and keep you safe. Then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. Yeah, I like I'm liking this this raspberry tea more than I did the cinnamon and spice tea from the last time. All right, well now we have to swap back because it's go time. So soon. It's a darn good thing we're actually good at rapidly utilizing aetherites because, yeah, it would be so slow to go normally. All right. I did say east. It looks like I can see a marker over there on the right side of the mini. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be hitting the dungeon post-haste. And that'll be, I guess, story, everything after. Oh, yeah, literally just... Wow, that's a quick dungeon. That is a very fast dungeon. Whoops. Alright. Human beings, please. Alright, YouTube. As usual, you know the drill. I'm gonna pause you. Yeah, I'm gonna quick rerun through it with duty support. Sure. I'll have to clip everything together, but that's okay. Alright, guys. Oh, man. This really does not work super well, but at least we'll get to see it all. Oh, dear. Yeah, we're not doing it this way. We're gonna get everything. I've got second wind. I'm good for now. This is a decent number of packs, so we can handle this. Oh, he might die. Alphino, you might want to heal faster. Hey, man. Hey, guess what? Alex shut my computer off in the middle of a stream again. So I'm trying to redo some content that, got, borked. Yeah. No, unfortunately it was my computer that got shut off again. So, it's yeah, everything all together is like maybe it would have been better for me to not even stream today, but I don't know, I was sitting around not doing much else. So I was like, let's go. Then I got on, I was like, my hair's all messy. I'm like, what if I just like PNG'd again? Now I'm trying to do this stuff with NPCs. So we're I don't know, man. It's a giant mess today. Yeah. Still though, I mean, this is a pretty good patch, honestly. Alizé's poisoned, the Warriors of Darkness are talking to us about the first, like, it's pretty good. Boom. Auto crit. It made it all the more awkward as well, since the people that I was running with, they didn't replace me. So when I finally got back in, they were just halfway through the dungeon, and I was like, oh. Well, my cutscene's gonna end up appearing at the wrong time. So I'm gonna do some editing to make this VOD work, but we'll make it work. Yeah. What could you do? They also pulled while I was in a cutscene, so that was great. I just sat there staring at my screen dumbfounded as to, like, what was going on. Should have realized, honestly. This is a ranged attack, so we can do that. Someone has to be standing in this when that goes off, so it looks like the NPCs are not going to do it. Oh, you do have some time. Okay, never mind. I will not stand here the entire time then. In the future. Now that I realize that. Oh. Turned out to be a bit unnecessary. Alright.
For the House of Levier!
There's a bunch of story after this too, because essentially the patch starts off immediately with a with dungeon. Stop pointing at me. Why do I have aggro? Get the level up there as well. Hopefully the audio mixing is good as well. I did change a bunch of the audio levels or whatever, but hopefully it's fine. They are not even coming. All right. NPCs, man. Oh dear. That is such a big AoE. Alright, the Gobu's down. They also just kind of move inefficiently as well. Is it? Oh my gosh. My guy. Also, Alpha Note just needs to kind of heal more. Oh, he has haste? Oh my gosh, okay. I know his like class is not listed as like scholar, but I always think of him as a scholar. But he's technically something close to that. He's got like haste and stuff. Like it's pretty cool. All right. Looking around at anything I can do to speed this up. That's all right. Yeah, haste is a great spell. It's funny because like haste is actually, generally speaking, not well liked among DPS in this game, because usually the if you give people extra skill speed or spell speed that they weren't expecting, it ruins their rotation. So I think it's part of the reason why it was abandoned largely in 14. Do I have to wait for them? Let's hope I don't, because they're not coming. Bye. There they are. They just appear. That's kind of funny, actually. Oh, dear. Let him go first. There we go. Oh, okay, you actually have to do this properly, okay? Looking to run past them, but you actually have to take them here. Then the bridge drops.
Away with you.
All right. This dungeon is pretty good. It's not the best. I think I'd say this maybe as part of Heavensward. It's pretty okay. Heavensward doesn't have a lot of great dungeons. Dungeons don't really get good until Stormblood. I didn't get the position on that one because I'm dumb. There we go. I appreciate that this option is at least in the game, because having to wait another 13 minutes for a queue with human beings would have been a little irritating.
I have my pride.
Not sure what that call-out's meant to be. All right.
I have my pride.
Unfortunately, as well, I'm not properly recording this because I forgot. So we have to grab the Twitch VOD instead. but that's okay. At least that's an option. All right. Now the part that's going to be really difficult to do with NPCs, I think. This next section can get a little wild. You guys keeping up? Temple Knight, please. Keep. We need to like blow up something, either the whatever the little basket thing is, or not. I guess maybe it's this next one you have to do that. I don't remember. They actually get on. That's kind of cool. They didn't get on the elevator, so I assumed it was just gonna be me coming over. But no. 'Twas more than just me. Plus. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Away with you.
Maybe you don't blow those up anymore. So it doesn't seem like it. They're also not leaving like they used to. Comes the second one. All right. I think they used to bring like endless waves until you like actually broke the little basket thing, but seems like they don't do that anymore. I definitely remember those exploding. Going for it. Ow. Fully the dude would have interrupted. Oh, he interrupted that. Okay, sure. I'm starting to hear Phantom Jeff noises. That's not good. Too much Marvel Rivals. Wait for the tank to pull. Alpha not really giving much room to work there. Alright. Little raid-wide action. That he actually used like... No, not Adloquium. Whatever the AoE shield is. Ah. I don't think we're gonna get to LB2, so I'm probably just gonna like rip it soon, but
Away with you!
yeah. Soken's always been really good, man. Music's pretty much always great. Oh, the tank is literally taking up only space for melee. Perfect. Pull it now.
I have my pride.
Boom. Something I've noticed as well, at least with like some of the more modern boss battle music, they actually like time a lot of the stuff around the 2-minute burst window, and it's kind of crazy.
Away with you!
You can actually kind of hear the phases of every fight you could think of. It's pretty nuts. And there we go. The footage is not going to match up with what we're seeing here, but hey. It's okay. All right. Let's go take a look.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But
I'm
we
not
should
recording.
tarry. The Knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the Primal without us.
Oh, we stopped one. Legasp.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us a long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you. if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
Yeah, oh, was that what you think happened?
While you were idly consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it?
Yeah,
The
it's
Great
Rose Slice.
Sundering
Yeah.
And the reflections it created.
Mm-hmm.
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own?
It would doom his own
What would
world.
become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
Yeah.
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
Man changes his clothes and suddenly nobody knows who he is. Okay. Alex. Now that we have that, and we've edited this all back together, and it was into something that makes sense, we shall continue with the story. Get Alize's new clothes. My tea's gone cold.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. They told me you had departed for Zelfatol while I was still abed. I slept much better knowing that. Thank you.
I take it your mission was a success.
Of course. I always win.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the Beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
The dark side of these.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Seems reasonable.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Sure, yeah, seems like a great idea, yeah.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
All right. Would I be right in assuming that you have not spoken with my sister since, one of the memorial services, was it? By the 12, it seems a lifetime ago. I should like to think we both have grown since then. By the way, yeah, if you do the Bahamut, like was Bahamut questline, this is a different text. Just pointing that out. But I didn't do it on this character, so I've never met her before. Never met her. I haven't met her in a while. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Tataru really doesn't like giving her female companions pants. Long coats and boots. Right then. Shall we be off? Tataru never ceases to impress, though for a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember the time at the stadium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, Sister, please, she was not my... can we not have this conversation? Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? So be it. Another time, perhaps. It is an honor, Lux. I realize we are barely acquainted, but having heard so much about you, it hardly feels that way. I've been meaning to ask about the carriage. Ah, yes. The carriage that so fortuitously arrived to spirit us away from... Oh, wrong character. Ah, yes. The carriage that so fortuitously arrived to spirit us away from Uldar after the banquet. The driver informed me that I had my sister to thank for his presence in Uldar. How did you know to send help? Oh, drunken brass blades are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, I was too late to do anything more. Frankly, I'm still amazed Bremen managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than we last met. You have the look of a woman who's ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret it if I weren't, that is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands, then, and see if Oriange can be of assistance. Alrighty. Let's see. This giant mess of things. We do have a bunch more Vesper Bay tickets, so we'll go ahead and use one of those. Pop straight down. Urianger. Urianger, apologies for calling upon you so unannounced. Why, Master Elfino, would the scholar, had seen fit to grant me... Would the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming? Oh, there we go. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray, allow us to explain. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by the forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: to identify and remove the source of beast tribes' crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Merithor. O Gamoro stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumours, mark thou, but in the light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom's forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Lux. Thank you for your counsel, Urianger. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother. Urianger, is there anything else you'd like to say? Alize? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I should like to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well-read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I have heard tell of a promising tome. The Garen Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. It's funny how leather creaky some of the characters are at this point. Wait. Oh wow, I have a whole bunch of... Yeah, no, we'll come back to that later. That is not what we're here for. Ah, goodness. All right. He's right behind me. I should take a look. Yeah. Look at this. I can repair. It's so good. All right. Let's have a look around. We need to find a kobold in the camp. Might. Nope, that's Alize. Okay. I don't really know what they're doing, but that's all right. I guess it is also over this way. Oops. Oh. He said gasp. Ran right past it. Stay back, way far back. I am not a. God, it's pointless. This hope was no use. Can I please get off of my mount? Please don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, just talk. So maybe knock you out. Here we go. This was stupid plan. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will. Ah, he found me again. What to do, what to do, what to do. I come in peace. Only talk, speak, say, talk. So please, please do not hurt me. So this is a wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could very well have give one a bruised knee. Huzzah! We've got him! Fine work, Scions. So, little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No, no, no. I came to talk. To ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now, let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Oh boy. Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin one day. Well met, Gabu. I am Alfredo. Oh, bleh, wrong guy. Bloody twins. Well met, Gabu. I'm Alfino, and this is my sister, Alize. Lux, the man who found you is our friend. And now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Bloyden here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not to your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, alright? Now, while we're here, I promise. Not while we're here, I promise. The Patriarch, he's... The Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him! Beat him, fight him, stop him! Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others. But the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said if they didn't have iron in their hearts, they would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the gods took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen them, any of them, since. Coke for the furnace? I did not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of foci fashioned from the bodies, the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk of punishing the overworlders, and praising the Great Father. But Gabu loves Great Father, but he loves his parents too. Please, help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan's summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to the worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure the crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready just in case. This whole section's really good. I'm planning to do maybe some tier list content in the future. I want to like compare like patches to each other. I'll be like the best X.4s in FF14, the best X.3s, and just kind of rank them all because dang, there's a lot of good stuff to talk about. Just how much how good the story is. I suppose maybe we would take into account like other content that came out that patch as well. But there's always 5 patches, so just I don't know, compare you know, your X.1s, your X.2s, just kind of like I don't know, just to have an excuse to talk about the various points of the story basically. I flew right past it. I'm under no illusions that like my ranking would be any kind of definitive anything. It's just more or less, again, like I said, just a chance to just talk about stuff, you know. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! Aye, it's just that. I am not quite certain that the crate once bore Asgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthis to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrand by another party. Most likely pawns of the Ascians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Ascians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Alize said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, of course! Gabu knows the way! The next one is the last and the very large, very big, very large, very huge! A bunch of boxes. Confound it! What about you, Lux? Any luck? Nope. Nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them, spied them, spotted them, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is, where and why? Within Ogomora, where they summoned Titan once before, and mean to do again. It's the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We will have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty. It's sounded the alarm. Oh, sorry, alarum. Nevertheless, I believe time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent the summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them to the commander's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Sure, man. Like how this is random bombs just chilling. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have to go like all the way up and around. I think this is actually a break in the tunnel. I can never really remember the way. I want to make... Oh, can I go there? Nope. There's a door there that won't open. Awesome. That's fine. We just fly over other... Hello? Oh, wait. Lull? We're back. Quickly, you clods! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays! Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Oh my. Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace. You monster! How could you? Aye, we are the servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children, and defend them from the tyranny of the overdwellers. No, Elise, not yet. I understand, Patriarch. I do. Your fear and anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people. Anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who are threatening you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering on your own kin and kith. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another piece to be abandoned at the overdwellers' convenience? Oathbreakers, all of you, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers! You take and you take and you take, and when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we are dared to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live. That our gods drain the land of Aether, and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please, please. Please. Uh-oh. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up! Oops. Seven hells! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! Alfino! Leave him to me! We must away! No. I actually have control. So we're just gonna leave. Like, I'm 10 levels higher now. Like, I could probably just solo him. You know. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were likely to find. His anguish and despair must have served to birth a primal, just as surely as with the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, the incarnation of Titan seems capable of naught but violence. If we have cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Orgamoro, more lives will be lost, the Maelstrom will rally the troops, and the cycle will continue. Lux, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? I mean, yeah, of course. Let's go. Wait, Titan Hard is... Okay. Sure, man. I didn't realize Titan Hard was part of this, but this is definitely the thing. Okay. I would have thought this would have been in ARR, not in Heavensward. It probably is. They just have you do it as a matter of course, like, again. That's kind of interesting. I've never... Obviously, I've done this before. I just didn't... I don't remember it, you know? This isn't available with duty support, is it? Yeah, no. Okay. Thankfully, trials are pretty quick. So we should be able to jump in pretty soon. I do love the fact that they don't forget about Gabu. Like, Gabu lives large in Shadowbringers post-game. That always impressed me, that they were able to kind of keep these sort of things in mind, and they actually, like, made it a big part of the story to have, like, you know, actually wrap that back up, you know? There's a lot of things in stories that, like, can obviously just be left to just never really get resolved fully, and the fact that they chose to resolve this minor character is kind of massive, so... A little bit. I think we don't really... Do we deal with the... I'm not sure if we deal with the... Because he mentioned there, the Patriarch mentioned that the people of Villebrand had, like, broken their oaths. They had, like, went back on an agreement. And I'm not sure if we deal with that now or if we deal with it later. We'll see. It is kind of neat when you replay and everything that like ends up being a thing in Shadowbringers. How like it's just been in the works for so long is really cool to see. I love how good Shadowbringers is for its ability to kind of wrap everything together. Alright. Okay. So it's supposed to take about 6 minutes total for this queue, so we should get in there pretty quickly. Only got about 2 more minutes left until we hit that wait time. I'm hoping to kind of like get this wrapped up, hopefully maybe by around like 6 o'clock. I don't know how much I have left actually. I should like go check that. Because I would like to have a decent amount of time to make dinner and stuff. Alright, post-Dragon Song. Alright, we are on the beast that... The beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain. Okay. We're about halfway through. We're about halfway through. Yeah, 5 more quests after this. It ends with an ending to mark a new beginning. There you go. Okay. And yeah, so the next patch will be basically the prelude to Stormblood. So that'll be a lot of fun to start off with. Balzer's Wall is pretty good as a dungeon. Just the content that that's in that patch, like Balzer's Wall is pretty good. Is there a trial? There isn't a trial, right? Yeah, no, there's no trial. Okay. Just wanted to check that real quick. Yep, we've been bumped up to a 7-minute average wait time. We're 30 seconds off of that, so we'll see if that, see if the renewed time is any better, any more accurate. Obviously, it's accurate for the numbers that they have. It's how math works, but you know. All right, well, that's 7 minutes. I don't see anything here that's anything about, like creating the party or anything like that, so we shall see. I can't remember what... Yeah, I can't remember what the 0.4 was for. I can certainly say like the 0.1s. I remember all the 0.1s pretty well. And I would probably say that the weakest 0.1 has to be, well, I mean, ARR. The problem is ARR probably gets thrown into the list for everything. Like everything about ARR is the worst. But then, like, I'd probably say like 3.1 is better than 4.1 for sure. Heavensward's like first little foray into the Dragonsong War was great. Really, all three of those patches that were the dragons that make up the Dragonsong War are fantastic. Stormblood tries to have this like X1 where you kind of come out and you're like, oh, we're just kind of getting back to like our roots of being adventurers, and like it's not heavy or anything like that. It's just whatever, and I don't know. It's not very interesting, and I don't care. And none of the NPCs involved are interesting, and that's like whatever. Shadowburgers, I can't remember what Shadowburgers did for their X1. I remember 5.3 is amazing. 5.3 is absolutely amazing. That's the one with Elidibus. And it's really, 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 really good. All of Endwalker's post-game was really good, but all of Endwalker's post-game was also just one giant 5-part story. So I don't remember what 3 was. It probably wasn't anywhere near as good as the conclusion, because really the culmination of that storyline was amazing. It was really good. It hit everything you would want out of what they were trying to do with that. So that was really good. And then we haven't done one for Endwalker yet, or one for Dawntrail yet. So do we have? We do have. Okay. Yeah. Just looking, because I know some of this stuff was like, oh wow, some of this is really, oh wow, okay, I have like a lot of 210 gear. My gear is pretty bad. I have high enough item level to get through, oh excuse me, to get through Baelster's Wall. And then I was like, I don't really feel the need to plan much beyond that. Oh man, we've blown through 10 minutes. The problem is I don't have another option. There we go. $10-minute trial wait, but whatever, it's fine. So weird that they require this. It also explains why I get this one in Trial Roulette so often, because you actually need it twice, which is just bizarre. I think if they were doing this again, if they were like, if the modern team was planning this whole thing out, they would just make this a solo instance. They would just make you fight it by yourself, because there's really no reason to go do a level 50 a level 50 trial. It's a bit silly. Oh. Don't stand in the red. We get the bleed going again. It's not really a bleed, it's a dot, but yeah. Basically the same thing. They stood on the one that was exploding. Well done. I don't know if this thing is requiring positionals, but... Alright, now I'll break them out. Oh, there's no reason to run. We're fine. I love the music for this fight, it's great. I always play these things as if... Oh, no, not me. Here, I'll be shocked. Alright, I'm back to normal. Oh, heal me. All right. Get the mug out. Thanks for hanging around, guys. They just left me here. Like when they retreat. Freaking typical. Yeah, I mean, you know. It's an ARR trial. Oh, there he is. Did I not tell you he would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Yup. Good. There has been enough tragedy this day. He has been like this ever since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death, like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes. You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Yazel's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. But we can but watch, wait, and pray. Again, like, the fact that they have this little thing here happen, it's super tragic, and then they, like, 2 expansions later, actually come back and deal with it. Nuts. So good. So many other games would just leave it and they'd just be like, ah, whatever. No one's gonna remember that stupid thing.
Who goes there?
'Tis I. Catman.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas.
It actually keeps whatever sound.
It's so quiet out here.
It keeps your
The
scent.
stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
Yeah, yeah.
Bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever.
My
I
stupid
never
sit pose.
understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger.
Were you saying something?
Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it?
I'm
Mayhap
laconic.
you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
No. Tronian Highlands. There's some rather unique circumstances. I had the pleasure of fighting alongside Sir Emmerich. Meh. Traveled far and wide with 2 companions. Yep, Bastidian and Giselle. Yep, perfect. Love those two. The fact that they argue, it's great.
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk.
It was great.
I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though.
Nope.
Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light.
Spiky shoulders.
As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
I have never seen the sky like that. I've not moved out into wilderness enough in order to see a true night sky.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too-delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
Sure.
It shall be done.
Who's double-crossing whom?
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands?
This kind of...
Ophelia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
This kind of just undermines the whole thing for me. This just, it tips the hat too much, tips the hand. You see the cards, you know he's not really a bad guy, and so it just sort of kills everything. It just, I just can't, I don't know, man. I just never really fully believe that he's being a bad man there, so like I don't know. I think maybe if they would have like cut that that little thing after Ardbert leaves, it might actually leave some tension left in the audience. But they give it away. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander, something tells me you're not solely here on occasion of his welfare. But, to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not sure if he's even slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there. I know it. Beneath the anguish and despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given a chance. Until he comes back to us. Until we know for certain what will become of him. Aye, aye. You needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have all turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will the Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to... And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alize, thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, there will be a reckoning. All right. Oh. Waking Sands. Use one of our 72 tickets. It's crazy how that number just keeps going up. You wonder why they don't just, like, plop an Aetheryte in here. Like, since you have to come here so often, but... the seemingly never-ending pile of Aetheryte tickets are, still around. We have heard glad tidings from Ogamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa Lominsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's heart. As thou did request, I sought out the Garen oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory did defieth any single interpretation, thank you, Riange, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture. One of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times they have succeeded. Then of the 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as Lady Menphilia spoke unto thee. As for what becometh these other reflections when they are added, they and the source are rejoined. Oh boy, hang on. Frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth unto her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then, if the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die. In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the reunification of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner that the Warriors of Darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life, the essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such at least is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan pirates. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Voralga. The individuals who took receipt of the shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of an Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that the Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of, oh boy, L9 Rosalie's network of spies. Surely you jest. And yet, it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know, or care, who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Lux, Alize, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Get love Alize's like 3-inch souls. Alvina, Alize, Lux, are you listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem that they've dispatched one final shipment before, in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we were told, where it will be received by members of the local resistance group. Since Sir Eberic's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to lead the way. Head that way, sorry. As do we, by happenstance. We learned of the shipments a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Ah, wait a moment. There's more. And I defy you to not be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Asgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of, the people. The infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Stolen next, but... is there someone else you would have we notified first? No, there isn't. All right. Off to Little Alamigo. Which, yeah, I don't know if everyone else realizes exactly that, but it feels like when I pronounce Alamigo, it's not, I don't say it Alamigo. I say Al Amigo. Like it's just Spanish to me. Oh dear. Here we go. Not that all is particularly Spanish, but you get the picture. Alrighty. Let's stop these people from summoning Ralger. Tis this way. It's fun doing the exact same quest multiple times throughout the history of the video game. Oops. That's a player. Where do you... Okay. I remember being stuck on this one for a while. And so I will always remember that I have to go to the top. Alright, I poked 3 people. Quest over. But yeah. Naturally, there is some summoning that takes place. To help free El Amigo. But there I am giving away the story. Alright. Over to the Sunken Temple. Hopefully don't make us go in the Sunken Temple, because that would be irritating. Have to do a quick run of Sunken Temple before you're able to advance. Oh, there he is.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery.
Honestly, hard to argue.
The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more. Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands.
He's so spitty. The inside of that mask is just covered.
For we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it. And together, we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Albania once more.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that.
Also, pride to sin. Just saying.
Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
Sure, man.
It is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Again, the inside of his mask is just completely covered in spit. It's just all just dripping. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you. Though it was pretty obvious, you and Lux would be fine. The Crystal Braves had not a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided, as they were, and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believed that... forgive me. What exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so if it wasn't for some old friends in the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us off out to the city and sheltered us at Little Alamigo. All at great risk themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let them go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves and the General Alban had been re-established, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls, as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within our community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious. If it is well known that we are no friends of Golemold, one would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Aye, I should say this that the man you saw was in fact not the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of the public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. And mine only covers half of my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, for all the good it did. And now you've heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never, ever entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin... well, the wise man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today is not the first time, not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late, I confess. I had assumed it to be mere bluster, But in the context of shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. If anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Of course. Why not? All right. Oops. Okay. So that Vieira's doing a similar quest line to us. I'm spotting him. Okie doke. Oop, went right past the quest marker there. It's over here. Here, have this. Oh, do I have to, like... This is where I put on the shepherd's outfit. Sure is. Ah, fine. Going in and out of here is always such a pain. Where do I leave? Oh, here. You cannot fly any higher. Flies higher. Alrighty. I am definitely a shepherd. Don't question it.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
Yep.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
That's a bit forward.
Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We use them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
Yeah, sure thing, man.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes.
You think about
It's
it? Yeah.
because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
Where have we heard this before?
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
Oh, you know that.
Aye. I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave man can make a difference. You
Oops.
saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
If only I hadn't provided that man with medicine. This whole thing could have been prevented.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
The camera angles you have to use when talking with Lalafell. Let's put these all back on. Alrighty. We fly through this crack? Perfect. Oh, thank Red is here. Now that Thanker has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalimo were here all along? Well, Y'shtola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage, wreathed in flame. Excuse me. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am the author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. All right. Lego.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
We beat you the last one, so like, no.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
No. Actually, I wouldn't.
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
I mean, I could take them all by myself. Like...
Carbuncle! Defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Alize!
You know what? Yeah. She's pretty lame.
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
I don't know, you just got nuked.
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
In what exactly? Wait, is she red maging right now? Oh my gosh, she red mages before the class is even out. This had to blow people's minds.
If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
That's actually
finish this.
pretty sick. Not gonna lie. I remember like the drawing the sword out of the book thing, but I thought that came later. I didn't realize they made her a red mage already. All right. Focus the little one. One down. Clothy's first.
Fall soon enough.
And you dead?
There's no escape.
I just walked away. I literally just walked away. I escaped you. Being real irritating. There we go. All right. Leave Ardbert for last. Go take this guy. Hey, stop standing up. All right.
No more games.
God damn it, I can't break free. Did I just like not...
It ends now.
First of all, you cheated. You can't Holmes gang 5 people.
What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart.
Sure, man.
But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Just figured that out, huh?
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
Okay, man. Whatever.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady.
What do you do with the book?
Leave.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop.
Oh, 112 foop, huh? Their Black Mage does have impaired vision, which means they do way more damage. So that is a problem.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance.
I don't know about that. I have a lance.
Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
We can be justice. Very, very, very obscure reference there. Wait, she put her sword away so she could draw it again?
Make ready! They come!
All right. This might be one of those ones where I need to like actually pay attention, so channel ether into Alize. How do I do that?
I must have more ether.
Do I click her? I don't know. I know what I'm doing. We'll deal with the others. Okay. Do I hit her? No. I don't know how to do that. Do I just 1v1? She keeps yelling at me, but I don't know how to do the thing she's asking. There's no button to click. I don't know how to do that. What's... Maybe just stay on top of her. I hope that's the case because I actually have no idea what else to do. I tried clicking on her, I tried all kinds of things. There's nothing else I can click. I would hate to have to look this up because there's literally nothing I can do. They're outpacing us. I don't know how to do this. Oh, there it is. Finally was able to see it.
The ether. It's not enough.
Okay. Channel once more. They res. It's not here, guys. Okay, I guess we're taking turns doing it? Okay. Seems like every time we knock one of them down.
Just a little more.
Try to like intercept the beam, but it won't let me.
Hurry it up, neighbor. I'll crush you.
Pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie. What if I put it on him? He's invulnerable. Okay. I keep like looking back to make sure that like there isn't like a clicky. There's a clicky. All right. I'm gonna knock him down and then do it. Yeah, I got interrupted. Keep the aggro. I gotta click this thing.
"'Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness."
No. Not like this.
There we go. I remember failing the first time I tried that because I wasn't reading anything going on. But I was able to figure out what was supposed to get done that time.
Alize, are you hurt?
Endwalker.
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
Good.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
That's not true.
Wait!
Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I get that, but like... You messed up basically the whole way around, like... I don't know, man.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
Staff is kind of eerie, honestly. Note that Artbird's is like a reddish orange. That's important for later.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
Yells a whole bunch of things. Then quickly! Maybe if you got the action first, we wouldn't need so much haste. Ah, flashbanged. Wait, why are they here? Shouldn't only the crystal bearers be here?
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
This is just really good, honestly. Like, shockingly, a little taste of Shadowbringers to come is
Minfilia.
amazing.
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Bonk.
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Heidelin. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light.
He's a bit rash, isn't he?
Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Heidelin had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength longsword. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away.
Calm down.
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
And the audience is glad too. Gets her out of the storyline.
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Heidelin's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you,
Right.
keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Surely we make use of this at some point, but I can't remember what it is, what we do with it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servant of Heidelin. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
And like that, we won't see them again for 2 expansions.
Tis a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
You won't. It's a very powerful sequence. I actually really like this. This whole sequence has just been amazing. Ah, Flamen.
Thank you, Lamine, for everything.
Dang, man. All right. Let us... All right, an ending to mark a new beginning. This is the final quest of 3.4. Soul Surrender. So we're gonna get through this and wrap it up. All told, I would definitely say an excellent patch. Very good story stuff. A lot of things happening. Honestly, it's kind of crazy how much happens, honestly, throughout this one. You know, we get the return of... Oh, I'm like literally right here. I might as well just fly. We get the return of Ida and Papalimo. We get Alize. Gabu, honestly. Like, bunch of stuff for Shadowbringers. The Warriors of Darkness are really kind of get fully explored. It's just, there's just so much to this patch. It's got a lot. We say goodbye to Minfilia. Well met, Lux. Alfino said you'd be joining us. 'Twould seem the Griffins, Double was telling the truth. Insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cast of crystals within the mask's camp. Did you perchance find one in Zarfarak? Actually. I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. It's just, I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now, I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alfino, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I fear our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives. And I hope that we might, in turn, offer our own opinions on many challenges that you seem to have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them. And Tataru's tales may well surprise you.
Ida! Ida! Ralga be praised, it's you! Ida, alive and standing here before me, in the flesh. I could hardly believe my eyes.
Oh,
come on now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's... Gundabald! I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of our friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation, sent us our separate ways, but the resistance was were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. And Ida here was always full of life, ever the first to volunteer for a mission until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we fear the worst, but here you are, alive and well. Look at nary a day older.
Well, what can I say? Sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, you see. I got involved with my friends here, and the Scions. Sorry, we were still the circle of knowing back then, right? Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff and at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry up and head back to headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Hell's take me for giving you that mask.
What was that all about, huh, guys?
Is there something we don't know about Ida? Now, I don't know, this could just be something that, like, makes sense if you played 1.0. I never did, so I never understood why Lise was pretending to be Ida the whole time. Like, it never really changed anything for me as a person, but, like, whatever. It's fine.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbraider.
Right.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be.
Yeah.
Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
Trading Minfilia for Kryl is a huge upgrade.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Ditaru.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Dude.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. It would be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities.
That's neither here nor there. What are you gonna do?
That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable. And we've always got him to keep us from bickering.
I am not babysitting you.
But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
And if I don't, please?
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru.
Tataru as the accountant is great.
And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
Stabbing things. Finding things to stab. Dot, dot, dot. The only true answer for a Japanese protagonist. The road goes on. Essentially, stabbing things.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Well, you don't really see them because you don't really see anymore, but yeah. All right. Arguably the last quest of Heavensward, as the next patch is really more about Stormblood. So, here we go.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life,
his staff is Bolus's horns. It's kind of weird. Big Nicol Bolas fan over here.
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
Terrible plan. No.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
Why am I trusting a guy with a monocle?
There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
This one really does lay on the cutscenes. But then again, yeah, this is a very like in-depth patch. There's a lot of stuff going on. Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be the greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I've given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you could say the same for your pawns. To get what you wanted, then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments.
but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it not, be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void of wanting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you are so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you.
Yep. They, never come back.
The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself most deserving.
The ice looks more like a plastic container. I'm sorry. It just looks like plastic.
A mien of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe.
Oh. The site of Omega.
So it was here all along.
Oh.
Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun.
Truer than he realizes, actually. Now I think about it. Oh, no. That's the end. That's the end. Don't go further. We go further and we'll just be on 6.5. All right. Thank you all so much for hanging out. This has been a very fraught recording, but I will endeavor to edit it back into a state that makes the VOD make sense. So yeah, my thoughts on the patch. It's really good. 3.4 is really, really good. 3.3 was also very good. Just the end of the Dragon Song War was amazing. Everything that came to pass through that was great. So much, just huge emotional trips and everything with that. It was really, really good. 3.4. An amazing patch. If you were back in time doing this for the first time as these came out, I honestly think just the 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, these were all hits. These were amazing stories after amazing stories. I think the only thing possibly going on back then that would have been unfortunate would have been the Alexander raids, where they were bad. The Alexander raids were bad. We did them, mine, and we've enjoyed them, but it was maddening for the people who were trying to do it the first time through, originally. So I know that it nearly killed the raid scene several times, but it's okay. They fixed it over time, and it's in a better state. But But yeah, so yeah, I mean, Heavensward really just is just fantastic, really, through and through. Obviously, 3.5 still exists, but like I said, that's more of a prelude to. It's kind of funny because we get a prelude to Shadowbringers, and then we get the prelude to Stormblood, and then we get Stormblood, and then we get Shadowbringers. So it's funny how that works out, but yeah. So we'll be playing through 3.5 next time, and then we'll be kicking off Stormblood probably the week of Christmas, sometime during that period. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks so much. If you made it this far in the video, please hit that subscribe, drop a comment, hit me a like. See you later.